Alright, so for those of you wondering PB-wise, Skalto is 265th place with a 129.59.
Looks like we're starting.
The hot 130. Oh, and we're starting, yes. And Dutchj.
Dutchj's already ahead.
And, that's...
We don't have a timer on Skalto right now, so... Yeah. It looks like we're using Dutchj's timer.
Yep, Dutchj is in 10th. 10th place.
Yes. He does.
He's very
10th
good at
on the
this
leaderboards.
Game with a 115.59.
Yes. Skalto actually has a sub 130 with a 129.59.
Yeah, so
proud of him.
Sub 130 is not easy to achieve, but also the 116 is not easy to achieve either. So
yeah, both accomplishments in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, there's a lot of cutscenes of this game.
Mostly in the beginning. We skip most of them in the middle and near the end, but beginning, they come in heavy and they come in hard. So
it's gonna be a very close race, believe it or not. Even though their times are very different in the leaderboard, it's gonna be a very close race up through the first 7 minutes of the run. I can guarantee that it will be, unless they die on airstrip or something. But I doubt that's gonna happen. And Skalto pulls ahead.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Faster airship movement.
Power up complete. Thank you for purchasing this item from Gad's.
We're now learning about Flood, plot of the game. In my opinion, it seems as though the creators of this game started with wanting to have a plot and then kind of gave up halfway through. It seemed like there was going to be more to happen with Flood and Egad, his creator, but after Pinna, there's like essentially no plot for the rest of the game, so.
Yeah. Nintendo kind of realized that this is a Mario game, so they kind of just gave up on the plot. Because Mario should not have a plot except save Princess. The Flood's cool. I'm happy they included him in the game, or it included it in the game. Because that's the movement in this game. It's all Flood related.
If it takes Dutch's stream lagging for Skalto to get ahead, I'm all for it. That's how it's going to be an interesting match. Keep your mouse on the timer, Dutchj, please.
No, don't, please.
Please keep it there. It's keeping me sane.
Forehead.
Dude.
Dutch doing.
I've actually never seen that movement before.
I don't think I've ever seen that movement yet.
I like it. Cleaning off the Pianta for good measure.
Skalto's still ahead by like 3 frames.
Mm-hmm. Again, I have been told it is because Dutch's stream lagged, but...
Hey, what do we know?
Exactly. For all we know, Skalto's gonna take this one.
Oh yeah.
Looks like over 3 minutes in and we're about even.
Mm-hmm.
Quite an unusual device. Is it some sort of pump?
I am Flood, glad to meet you.
The top 10 runner is Dutchj, the one on the left. He cropped the mouse out of the timer. Streams are synced, alright. Looks like it to me.
Yep. Oh, it's exactly the same.
Yeah. Struggling to discern the difference. One of them is first, but barely. By frames. I think it's Skalto's.
It's so close.
It will be for the next
dead
2.5 minutes.
This is good. I'm enjoying this.
Put some 3D glasses on and you'll have one 3D Mario game. That's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Technology has come so far. Yeah. I assume Skalto... Yeah, I think Skalto just didn't put a timer on his screen, so we're just going by Dutchj. Yeah, looks like it. No timer for Skalto. So...
I think Skalto is ahead. Because Dutchj might have lagged again.
Yeah?
Objection! Overruled! Okay, I missed that. I had to do that because
Sorry,
I
I
missed
understand.
that. Yes, I missed that in my last. I commentated a race last night, and then everyone got mad at me for missing that.
That's fair, that's fair.
Yes, so.
Skalto's
PB
PB
is
is 129.59. Just sub 130. I remember when I first got sub 130, and I felt accomplished, so I am proud of him. And I hope he feels the same.
Mario, you witnessed this object at the airstrip, correct? It is a shine sprite.
The sync is beautiful, I think.
Yes, this is wonderful.
Right now we're learning about the importance of the shine sprites to the island of Delfino and the inhabitants.
I guess now would be a good time to mention they're running in Japanese because it's fastest, except on Serena 6.
Yes.
But Serena 6 doesn't matter.
There's faster load times in the plaza because there are less fruit to load, because on the entire left half of the island there is no fruit, and on the English and PAL versions there are. But on Serena 6 you have to clean more goop than you would on other versions, so it takes longer.
I remember for some reason I had a PAL version of this, and then like Italian's fastest on PAL version. So it's always like during the cutscene I was just like trying to read Italian. Sometimes it would just change the language, just try to read it.
It's intriguing that the language in Japanese for the out loud cutscenes is Japanese, or is English,
yeah.
Even in the Japanese version of the game.
JP and PAL are the same speed.
Are they?
Really?
For some reason, I thought differently. Thank you for the correction, Dutchj.
Yes.
JP and PAL are the same speed, and NTSCU lags behind because of extra fruit. It is also faster. The text speed is faster. Whether it's the actual speed of the text or the amount of text, I'm not sure, but it is faster in both.
JP if we're talking about the race, Dutchj is ahead by like 3 seconds.
Indeed. There has been slight movement. Still pretty close race, but Dutchj is pulling ahead.
I'm just waiting for Dutchj to get like 17 extra cycles of King Boo.
Or, you know, hard lock and EYG, anything can happen.
Yeah. Alright, so first Shadow Mario not capture, spray down. Dutchj, will they both get the quick kill?
Not the quickest quick kill, though.
It's not the quickest, it's just...
There's a very intense quick kill that neither of them seem to go for.
It's not Shadow Mario's Delfino Plaza World Tour, so...
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, exactly. They got it at a good time. And Skalto gets early M. If you spray the M right before that cutscene, then you can spray the M open beforehand, and you don't have to spray it after, saving just a couple of frames as you're running towards it. I'm always excited when I get that. It's a sign of good fortune.
It is.
Looking at pretty similar movement here. It's quite basic.
Oh yeah, we're skipping Bianco 1.
Indeed.
For all those who don't know, because you can still reach the windmill by just using this RNG-based spider to skip past it, and then you can just wall jump up the windmill, or take the windmill, and then there's PD. And the way PD works in this game, well, like the way you the fastest way to kill him, is that if you go to the side of him, that's like his pretty much at least on this giant, he's pretty much guaranteed to like throw up where you can kill him.
Yeah, so casually you're playing and he'll give you different attacks, and every once in a while he'll do a move where he opens his mouth very wide because he's about to throw up goop.
That one.
To make your environment harder to fight him. But we've learned in the speedrun that if you stand just to the side of him, his like only movement option is to turn and do that throw up move. That throw up move is where you can fill up his stomach and then ground pound on him. You do that 3 times, Petey's down for the count. Until next time.
Yeah.
Also, we're using spam sprays.
Oh yeah, that's where you
to fill them up.
Interesting about spam sprays. There's nowhere in the actual game they mention them.
Yeah, I've heard arguments that they... I personally believe that they were not intended.
I think they... Well, if... I don't really know.
Some people think that they were intended to be a part of the game. Yeah. I think that it's just pressing RNA at the same time happens to give you a burst of water. I don't think that it was intended to be used in the game. But it's not mentioned in the manual or anywhere in the tutorial of the game, so we don't really know. And
that's very interesting, because like the way someone must have found it by accidentally spraying RNA, and then I kind of want to hear Nintendo's take on that, of like what they think about it.
And everyone at Nintendo is lining up to tell us things about Super Mario Sunshine from 2002. Oh, yeah. We wish.
Sure.
If only we could have our questions answered. I bet they know how to skip the opening cutscenes. Clean movement up to be Yonko's secret.
Nintendo's a speedrunner themselves. I know they found some Splatoon 2 strats.
Yeah.
Oh, Dutchj death!
He was going for a very difficult movement change that saves around a second, and he died.
Spam sprays are a part of backflips.
Oh, okay. And so while you're doing the RNA movement, you're getting the spam spray without backflipping by pressing R slightly before A. So it was intended, but only intended to be backflipped, not to be marathoned.
Mm-hmm.
We're very close to even now, closer than we were before, due to Dutchj's death in Bianco 3. Before, it was very unlikely that you would die in this level, but there was new beginning movement that's surprisingly heavy-handed for how much time it saves, which is very little.
Alright, so right now we're going to open up Rico, but usually there's a cutscene that plays once you open it, but we're going to skip that cutscene because we're speedrunners and we go fast.
Yep.
So the way that works is that after this polluted piranha plant goes down, you try and you spray it once, twice. After you spray for the 3rd time, you want to, if you see what Dutch is doing right now, try to get into the M before the cutscene starts, and then they'll play both cutscenes at the same time, and you can skip the cutscene to Rico. And if you don't, Skalto gets it too, so this is still very close.
Yeah. We call it travel skip because no cutscenes are skipped, they're just played at the same time. But what you are skipping is like playing the Rico cutscene and then traveling to Bianco and then playing the entering Bianco cutscene and then going in, as opposed to
like if you miss travel skip, you get stuck. Well, you don't get stuck. It teleports you back in front of the Rico tower or lighthouse or whatever it's called. And you have to like walk all the way back. Like you can't just wait in front of Bianco. The boathouse, yes, that. Raccoon hut.
Yeah. Any name works, honestly.
Alright, oh yeah, so this is Bianco 4. It's
went by very quick.
Getting the points. Very, very fast.
Yeah. It's a very movement intensive.
Yes. It's a
level with momentum spin jumps, which we can talk about later in like Serena 2 or other parts of the run, but
very, very forgettable.
Yeah. But it really is a difference between skill levels.
It is, yeah.
You can have a lot of very small but intense movement things that will change, it'll make it quicker, of course. And we can see that in Dutchj's gameplay that he is indeed impressively fluid. Right now we're doing PD5,
which is
Bianco 5, PD5 would be a nightmare. PD2, Bianco 5.
If we had to fight PD 5 times, no one would run this game.
There are actually 5 polluted piranhas in this game.
I know.
Disgusting.
That's terrible.
Yeah. We'll see one more polluted piranha. Bianco
again.
Rico, yeah.
So there's 2 Biancos, Airstrip, Rico, Gelato, yeah. Alright, so PD is literally 100% RNG. Well, it's not RNG. There's a set of movements he can go, but like where he goes in those cycles of movement is RNG.
Right now, Dutchj had the set up for the best pattern, which does not happen very often, but anything can happen after the first one.
And Peter can either throw a tornado like he just did there, or throw up. Yeah. So you want him to not throw tornadoes and throw up.
It's been determined that it's about 70 to 30% whether or not he will throw a tornado. 70 in favor of throwing a tornado, sadly, which loses a few seconds each time. Petey's going over the wall, which is never good for RNG. It's a time loser.
PD's Bianco tour. I don't know.
It's not the worst RNG, but over the wall is never favorable. Yeah. He didn't throw a tornado the second time though, so that saves a little bit of time.
Skalto did get a tornado.
Yeah. As for Skalto,
go for Bell 1-up.
It's that swag.
And they get the same RNG for round 2 over the wall.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Ooh, bad PD RNG for Dutchj.
Ooh, Dutch gets.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
It's again not the worst. It can get within a minute 30 about of difference with RNG, which is quite a big difference between best and worst for one level. But Dutchj, he didn't get the worst, but he sure didn't get the best. That's for sure. Right here, as you'll see throughout the run, he'll position himself in a place so that he's grabbing the shine as it spawns. Do that in quite a few levels. And after this, we'll be moving on to our 4th and final polluted piranha because you skipped one in Bianco 1. What's interesting is there is something different about each polluted piranha. You don't notice that. There's a difference with all of them. The first one's tutorial, and you can hit him while his mouth is closed. The second one, you cannot hit him while his mouth is closed. The third one, he respawns another time. The one in Bianco, he shoots out balls of goop before you spawn him, and in this one, he has 2 cycles and shoots out a bunch of goomies, or scoop and stews. I'm on my own for commentation for a few minutes. That's all right. I can take the helm. Dutchj got the first round of this guy, and out come the swoop and stews, as they're called. I think the community grew to calling them goomies because it was a fun name, but I'm assuming someone initially called them that because it looks like the Pokemon Goomy. If you look that up, they look very similar. It's a dragon Pokemon. Right there, you do a slide while the cutscene starts so that you're sliding into this cutscene and you're closer to the M so that you can get into it faster. It's interesting the way Mario can move during cutscenes. He keeps his momentum from before you've started a cutscene throughout most of the game, if not all of it. Dutchj's gameplay is indeed very impressive. Being top 10 on a leaderboard with 800 people is interesting. Right now you're spraying... Okay, so this is Gelato Beach Skip. It's easily the biggest skip in the game, and thankfully not the hardest. But it can be very difficult to learn and perfect. So, wow. Sorry, I haven't seen that version of that trick in a long time. He positioned himself on top of the hut so that when he fell back down, he hovered forward and clipped into the hut by using the coconut. The collision with the coconut and the top of the hut allows you to clip through. This is the setup that I'm used to. You set it down, and then you run against it. That's Skalto's doing. And once you've clipped, you hover forward. Doesn't even know the pro strats. It used to not be pro strats. I've been a little, I'll admit, I've been more focused on my gameplay than the pro strats lately, so I've missed out on quite a few things. I'm gonna be surprised by a few exciting new movements in this game, and you can all be happy with me. That was Shadow Mario and Gelato 7. What Gelato Skip does is it skips 1 through 6 in the level. As you can get the 8th shine that's there.
Sorry.
Welcome back. You can get the 8th shine that's there throughout every single level of Gelato. The 8th shine is sitting there in that hut, and it's supposed to be inaccessible. But with that skip, you have unlocked 8 on the menu screen, and then you can scroll back to 7. Because to unlock Bowser, you have to do the Shadow Mario in every level, which is always the 7th level.
And I know a Gelato Skip, when that was found, that like introduced a lot of people like into this game because like they hated Gelato. Like, because before Gelato Skip was found, Gelato was Gelato 1, which is fine, Gelato 2, which is bad, Gelato 3, which is an auto-scroller, Gelato 4, which is Sand Road, which is an auto-scroller, Gelato 5, which is Piantissimo, which is an auto-scroller, and Gelato 6, which just sucks. No one likes Gelato 6.
Yeah.
So now,
could just be bad.
what you saw Dutchj do and Skalto is attempting to do is piano early. Where you can just get to piano early by doing.
You're supposed to be able to use the rocket nozzle once you've unlocked it to get up onto this building, but you can use a Y turn or a triple jump if you're me, and in 2014. You can get up there with a couple different movement options that were not intended, but also not like painstakingly removed. They could have just made the tower taller.
Yeah. So that was piano 1, or is.
You spray off the guys, shoot them into the water. Is RNG, of course, because what wouldn't it be without?
Is RNG. Piano is very heavily RNG based. Most of the shines here are RNG. But what you'll see Skalto about to do is exit. He's gonna pause the game right as he puts this chain chomplet in. So as you see, he pauses the game and then it skips the cutscene for some reason.
It skips the text box actually. It's Flood's text box is up, and the shine won't spawn until Flood's text box goes away. He's telling you to take care of your pets, but like who cares? So you pause so that when you unpause, the text box has gone away and the shine spawns immediately.
Mm-hmm. This is Dutchj. He's showing off Piantissimo. Because
this is an auto-scroller level. There's 2 of them in the speedrun, 3 of them in the game total, and it's obnoxious as a speedrun. It feels like you're just kind of taking a break. You don't usually enjoy these. At least I don't. You want to get back to the action, you know?
Yeah. Also, a thing you may have saw with Dutch is that if you do if you do a dive and then roll out on a slope, you keep your momentum and go like super fast. And it makes you go fast, and that's good. And it can like help you like do like momentum spin jumps to make you go farther. Which is useful in like Serena 2 or Serena 5 Secret.
And Bianco 4.
Yeah. And actually get to piano early. And as you see Skalto, he just flies up the hill.
This is the Goopy Inferno. There's lava all over this level. Right now, Dutchj is damage boosting across the lava to get to the other side. There are quite a few ways that you could do this level, actually. The intended one is likely to go underneath the village using the grates, but damage boosting is quick and easy.
Swing strats. Oh yeah, Skalto did do swing strats for Piantissimo. You missed that. That's what Dutch is referring to.
I'm very sorry that I missed the swing strats on the auto scroller level. I should have brought that up. I'm very sorry, everybody.
Alright, so next up is Piano 4.
It is.
Yeah.
Once again, a small amount of RNG. Changes by a few seconds, but still RNG.
Oof, Skalto misses
second best. RNG.
Skalto takes a death on Piano 3.
He did.
That's rough.
The Chain Chomp can choose to go one of 3 ways at the beginning of the level. The RNG is descending, but from left to right as far as valuability. Once you're holding onto the chain, if you're pushing forward on the control stick, the Chain Chomp moves faster, which is why you want to be holding onto the chain for as long as possible.
And then if you can like block his path, So
yes, the chain chomp is always moving away from Mario, even when it's moving towards the bath. So you always want to be behind him in a way that guides him into the bath, and he'll just run right in there. And then when you pull on his chain, he'll move backwards, and boom, he's right in there collecting the shine. Skalto's still trying.
He manages
third level.
Yep.
There he goes.
So Dutchj has about a shine and a half lead. Like shine
Give or
lead.
take, of course.
Yep. But next up, this can actually pretty much make the difference if Dutchj does not get early cycle.
Yes.
So yeah, this is Piano 5. Otherwise known as Yoshi Skip. Well, it's not known as Yoshi Skip. He's going to do a trick called Yoshi Skip, which is where you skip getting Yoshi, which you usually need to take off the substance. I call it honey. Get out this honey.
Honey.
Yeah, I call it honey, just literally because of honey skip. And you do that.
Yeah, he did a setup. There's a few setups that you can do there. He did a setup where you hover backwards into it after grabbing the ledge. It's a very safe setup and can be very quick. As of course he was.
Trying to get early cycle, which saves like 20 seconds, but it's like RNG.
Yeah. Once again, heavy RNG in this level. There's a guy at the top. All these chucksters are moving around, and this guy up here is walking around this whole platform.
And he can stop in the RNG depends if he stops before.
Yes, he did not get early cycle. That would be him being close enough to the left so that he could catapult himself over to the shine platform without him having to come all the way over here. The Pianta can also stop at each either the corners or the middle.
And if you spam Y while he's throwing you, he throws you backwards. I know why it's called honey skip. Grinch. I know why. Okay. Well, we'll get there when we have to. Alright, so next up is Piano 6. My favorite IL level. No, yeah, my favorite IL. Yeah, individual level. IL. Just because of like in-game timer, and also the movement is like really fun. It's like
it is. It's impressive to see this game done, or this level done well, especially if you know how the movement works and you know how the controls work. It's pretty neat to see this just zapped around the level, cleaning up all the Piantas. You're trying to clean up 10 Piantas. A very heavily used strat in this is early unlocking them, so you spray them before you get over to them because they have a little cutscene type thing. Just their own little person has to shake off before that you are actually allowed to spray them and get the goop off. You can be spraying them as soon as they're out of there, but none of the goop will come off until they're done doing their little shake 'em off dance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very enraptured with this movement. It's so impressive.
It's just how he does like.
Dutchj's also using spam sprays to get them cleaned off as quick as possible. 211 is
211 6. You win nothing if you guess that. Also, Skalto does not get early cycle.
Nope. He does jump on the Pianta to keep him from stopping before each time that he could.
So next up is just a finished Pianta. Piano 7. It's Shadow Mario. It's pretty self-explanatory.
It's also one of the easier ones.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's not like... I would say it's like average for me.
It's not like Rico 7 easy.
Yeah, but it's also not like...
They're all pretty easy to be honest.
Like, I'm not even sure which ones would be the hardest.
You just spray him till he's down, and with strats where the movement just dictates that he goes down immediately. It's pretty simple. Whoa! Okay, what? So here's a time where I've never seen that before. That was awesome.
That's a new one.
Holy moly! What? That was so cool.
The way Shadow Mario works in this game is that he doesn't really have a health bar. It's just like he doesn't really have health. It's just how much water you can spray at him in a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. It's weird. I can't really describe it because like if you just like continuously spray them but like keep missing them somehow. Oh yeah, this is honey skip, by the way.
Clip through the building, die in the building, skip a cutscene.
Yeah, you die while you're into the cutscene, and then there's a little honey that blocks that blue coin. That's why I call it honey
It's
skip.
not honey. It's not.
It's not honey. I don't know what it is.
It's paint.
Before
It's
I realized
graffiti
it was
by
after,
way of Shadow Mario.
Before I realized,
Explained.
when I was a little kid playing this game, I thought it was honey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like before I even ran this game.
Yeah, I figured that was the thing. We have our things from when we were a kid that we call things. I always called piantas piantas.
A speedrunner named Honey found that. Who was actually primarily an SM64 runner. Yeah, so that's why it's called that, not because the thing looks like honey.
Right now we're doing Mecha. We're gonna skip a cutscene right here by exiting area as we slide into it.
I have no idea how that works.
I do. You're being transported to like a different section of the world when you're doing that, and because it's, I suppose, loaded lazily or programmed lazily, instead of exiting area, you just go into that. There are other times in the game where you can do that, such as entering like the PD cutscene or entering the Rico 2 tunnel, where if you try and do that, what'll happen is the game will just reset. It'll just go to the title screen. Which is somewhat interesting to me. But right there, because you're going to a different overworld, essentially, it just skips the cutscene. It's pretty fantastic that those cutscenes are skippable because they're surprisingly long.
They're it's like 2 minutes total from both of them combined.
Yeah, I keep trying to explain things, and then Dutchj's done with the level, and I'm like, yeah, he shoots rockets at the guy. Don't worry about it.
That just happened.
But again, that was impressive. You gotta aim your rockets real good. Be good at it. You win a prize.
Alright, so Skalto does Piano 7 the normal speedrun way.
Yeah, the not insane person way. I truly never seen that. That was so cool.
Alright, so next up is
Pinna 2.
Pinna 2, yeah, I can count.
Mole skip.
Mole skip. It's
skip the mole.
It's a lot of skips in this name are tricks. They're very well named. They did a good job naming them.
You're skipping having to fight the mole. It should technically be called mole fight skip because the mole's still there.
But you're technically
mole skip.
Skalto does not attempt honey skip.
Me either, dude.
Yeah, same.
What you did there is you would normally fight the mole and then for this secret appears in the cannon indicated by a glowing light, but for some reason it is programmed in there before you even fight the mole. It's just underneath him. Probably because people didn't assume that you would just try and jump in there while there's a mole throwing bombs at you. But if you do, you get right in there without even having to fight him. And the mole is certainly surprised about it. Pinna 2 is pretty straightforward, as you can see there. The platforms disappear, but if you know what's going on, you know what's going on.
An auto-scroller you can kind of control.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. If the platforms didn't disappear like that, this could be significantly faster, but you have to wait for the right cycle.
So next up is Pinna 3.
Oh yes, Pinna 3 is cool. It's one of them Bianco where it's just movement intensive, crazy, really separates the men from the boys.
Yeah, red coin levels are usually like that.
Yeah, for sure. It's routed so that you find the red coins in the level as quickly as possible, of course, but they're all over the place. But there's this clear route in the speedrunner's heads, and of course the movement that they're doing, and he's going for movement that I haven't even considered once in my lifetime, which is you bounce off the pole, you go around, yeah, it's all that crazy stuff. Shout out to Libre. This is Libre's favorite level, and he has the IL world record, as far as I know. I could be wrong about that.
I can check right now. I have the
Thank you.
Up.
This level makes me uncomfortable.
Yes, it's very.
But yeah, no special tricks or skips or anything about this level. It's just impressively movement intensive. And it's cool. So
no, it's not Libre.
To enjoy that. It's not Libre. Alright, screw you, Libre.
Libre's third.
What? Alright, never mind. Libre, get out of here.
It's Dita than J. Cool.
Sorry I mentioned you. No, I'm kidding. I love you, Libre. Go into pin of 4. Snooze a Koopa Town, as I call it. I'm sure it'll catch on. There's snoozing Koopas. You spray them out of the ground. You ground pound them. Pretty simple. This is actually the level that unlocks Yoshi.
Yes.
Kind of makes sense, because when you look at those, you think they're big Yoshi eggs, and then you spray them and they're turtles. Yeah, Libre had world record for a while, so it's worth something. But yeah, that's why you have to do this level before you can do the big trick.
The next level.
Yeah.
3YG.
Hypertype doesn't exist. PH, I think it's overrated.
He does not get one cycle.
Yeah. Generally... okay. Yeah. You can ground pound all the guys before... There's a cutscene that starts a certain amount of time after you ground pound these Koopa guys individually. And if you ground pound them all before the first cutscene starts, then they all play in a row, and it's quicker, of course.
Yes. After all, this is a speed run.
Yeah.
We are
I wouldn't be telling you about stuff if it ain't quick, if it ain't snappy, you know?
Yeah. You can actually die in that cutscene. While
yeah.
Yep, that's happened to people before.
It's a bummer.
It's hilarious.
Don't.
Dying and losing your run to pin of 4.
Alright, you ready for 3YG?
Yes. And so the reason we have to do pin of 4 before pin of 3/6/5, because you skip pin of 5, is because you have to unlock Yoshi, and you can't unlock Yoshi until pin of 4, because those Yoshi egg turtle things.
Yep. The reason you need Yoshi is because the Yoshi go round requires it.
Mm-hmm.
What you're doing in this is you're getting into the Yoshi go round early. Early Yoshi go round, hence why it's called UIG. It's complicated and stupid, and I hate it, but
yes,
we'll talk about it.
Everyone agrees.
It's one of the most interesting things in this game. I haven't even tried to learn it. I don't hate it because of experience. I hate it by principle. I'm just letting you know,
because that's a thing that you have to do to be good at this game.
Okay, so you start with purple Yoshi because you want your platforms to go sideways, and the color of Yoshi determines what way the platforms that you turn enemies into go.
Yep.
Purple ones go horizontally in the plane. You also put a papaya right there so that you can turn orange once you get on this platform, because the Yoshi go round will not accept your Yoshi unless it is orange, because the missing Yoshi is in a group of orange Yoshis. You gotta clip through the wall, you gotta get the guys to follow you. It's a big old mess.
And let's see what insane strats Dutch goes for.
Over the top to the middle, over the top to the right, over the top to the dead.
Oh! Oh no.
Yeah, EYG has many different names.
Yep.
Considered upon its inception, such as I wanna skip. Sorry, that was my cat.
Oh. Oh, he dies again. He's giving Skalto a chance.
Intriguing. You'd think EYG would have been the account of just gonna stick secret.
Yep.
It's getting a 1-up from this Jesse.
Smart. Oh, he would have died if he dies one more time.
Yeah. He's doing my strats.
It looks like we're going on Calf's Wild
Thank
Ride.
you for the shout out, Dutchj, using my strats. I appreciate it.
Yeah, these are my strats. The not crazy people speedrunner way.
Yeah, exactly. They're too
Nice
too scared to learn stuff strats.
Let's just wait until we get a sub 120.
Alright, finally finishes it off. That secret has difficult movement, in my opinion. I haven't learned it yet. That means it's difficult to me. It's
a lot of these shines, especially like late game, the movement you see between top runners and like not top runners changes a lot.
Yeah,
that difficulty.
That's some of the biggest differences, is if you can pull off those specific
hard tricks.
inputs. Yeah, and that really does begin to separate skilled runners from less skilled runners for sure.
So now is oh, pin of 7. Okay, I can count still. Yeah. Pin of 7. Shadow Mario. There's a quick thing you can do, and it's she gets.
Yep. Yeah. You spray him, and he falls. Yeah, we've sang this song before. Despite 2 or 3 deaths on pin of 6?
I think it was 2.
Despite 2 deaths on pin of 6, he still has a considerable lead.
Yep.
Right now, Skalto is attempting 5YG.
Yep.
Which is Dutchj did what we call 3YG because you entered the 3rd level of Pinna. The guys that you use to turn into platforms are quicker and smaller, and they're more difficult to control. Right now, 5YG, these guys are bigger and slow, and it's easier to get them over. It's definitely a better like beginner learning how to do this, or just scared of dying type of setup.
It's the way I'm going to learn, eventually. One day, we'll get there.
Yeah. I'm going straight for 3YG. I'm not messing around.
Yeah. I mean...
Dutchj entered Rico by going underneath the dock because that's how far the loading zone goes. Just noting that. I saw that happen. Jesse. My cat's about to get it.
Cat problems. Yeah. Can't relate. I have a dog. Alright, so Goober Blooper.
It looks like Skalto got 5YG for the record.
He did.
Antics can still happen, but it looks about right, so that's good.
So
it's impressive. I applaud him.
Goober Blooper's dead, by the way.
Yep. As for Rico 1, you kill the blooper, you pull on his snout or whatever you'd call it,
and he's dead.
The game intends for you to pull off the other tentacles so that you can get in there because he tries to hit you with the tentacles as you're pulling on his nose.
Oh, and Skalto almost gets over the top.
Bummer.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I'm impressed that he's going for those strats.
Yes.
I forget that people with sub 130s actually try hard things.
I mean, when you're facing Dutchj, you gotta...
Yeah, you gotta pull out all your stops.
Alright, so now Skalto pulling out,
yeah, my strats, of course.
Normal strats.
Invented these. Kidding, of course. Yeah. Right now we're doing Rico 2. You're normally supposed to ride a small colored blooper over to this tunnel, but speedrunners skip that. Yeah, it's slow by a second or so. Yeah. And, so you just go in the tunnel, you just hover right in there.
And then this happens.
Yep, entirely blooperless. Rico 2.
So the way this blooper race works is that you don't have to, you don't have to go on the blooper, you have to cross the starting line. And then there's certain checkpoints you have to hit, which is why you see them not going right behind to the finish line.
Yeah, the game accounts for you being able to skip over the walls and stuff, so it made it so that you have to hit certain parts of the map before this shine will spawn and it will count it as a win. But those parts are still very significantly quicker than if you were to just ride out the full course with the blooper.
I remember when I was first learning this game, I didn't do blooper lists, of course.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I do first part blooper lists, not inside the blooper tunnel.
I don't do either. I like riding bloopers.
I mean, yeah, riding bloopers is fun, but I kind of found a consistent way to get into the tunnel without being bad.
I gotcha. Yeah.
So I remember like I missed the blooper. No, I think I hit the blooper, but immediately died. It was really weird.
It's a shame.
Alright, so this is the hardest level in the entire game. Frame perfect.
Yep.
And as you see, it's very difficult.
That was spooky. I didn't like that setup.
I've never seen that.
Just made me uncomfortable for like seemingly no reason.
That was interesting.
You hover under the grate, you hover up to the grate, you grab the shine.
And then Skalto goes under the pavilion.
Yeah, Dutchj did the same.
Yep. And now we're on Rico 4.
Rico 4 is my least favorite level.
I'm
not kidding.
I hate this one. Oh, jeez. I need
my
to
least
charge my
favorite.
computer. I don't want to. Hold on. Okay.
It's okay. I got it.
Bianco 6 is probably my least favorite.
He did. It's not really a clip. It's just down so far that you can just go under the dock and it'll still pull you into Rico.
It's just a loading zone glitch thing. It's not even
right now, Dutchj is
doing the one of the hardest secrets, if not the hardest. I think Bianco 6 is hardest.
People think Bianco 6 is hard, Serena 2 is hard, Noki 6 is hard, and I don't blame them for assessment, but I hate this level.
This one was the hardest for me to learn.
Here's another thing: is my strats. I consistently clip through the very middle of one of these blocks, and it's so frustrating. The collision here is surprisingly terrible, and you can just fall through the blocks if you don't.
This isn't a Sonic game.
Spooky.
This isn't a modern Sonic game. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah. Dutchj did it just about perfectly, aside from the bonk. Didn't really matter.
It's Dutchj.
Got through it easily. If you're skilled at this game, I don't think that level, but goodness, I hate it.
Yeah. People in the chat.
There's nothing special to it, quite like Pin 6 or anything like that, where you're like doing super intensive. It's just you got to keep up with the blocks and not fall. And I struggle. I struggle hard.
So. Rico 1 again. Rico 1 Part 2.
Yeah. The recycling of bosses in this game is like abhorrent.
You have to fight
it's truly gross
3 times unless you're good, and you can skip it, which is a speedrunner.
Yeah, you can skip the third one, like with the brutal planas, you're skipping the second one and other bosses of the game. But you gotta fight this guy twice in the speedrun, and it's rough.
Skalto does blooper strats.
Oh, Dutchj did not completely clean off of his nose. It's hard to see. It wasn't actually there, but he didn't spray it for long enough to completely clean the boop off, so Mario let go as he tried to pull because it was slippery. And he had to spray him a little bit more. That was what happened there.
And Skalto does blooper strats.
Yeah. It only saves a few seconds to not, so... And that's if you're good. So, wrong opinions. Oh no.
Rico 4 is not free and not very fun, and...
I agree with that.
TBH.
I disagree with chat. Hard.
And I agree with Larvitar.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. Not necessarily difficult, but just a terrible experience overall.
Alright, so Rico 6. Blooper.
Blue coins on the water.
Red coins.
Oh.
Red coins on
the water. I don't
water.
know what happened to me. Red coins on the water.
Alright, so the way bloopers work in this game is that purple is fastest but has worse handling, yellow is middle speed, and green is slowest but best handling.
Yeah. And handling is referring to like how it turns.
Turning skill, yeah. I used to play Mario Kart.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. So you may be wondering why Dutchj took the green one, which I just said is the slowest. It's because if you hold up, they all have the same top speed, which is like pointless of having a speed stat if you can just hold up and have the same top speed.
Exactly. So if you're holding forward on the control stick, then yeah, green is not the slowest. Yellow is the slowest with the best handling, but green has good enough handling that it's even when you're not holding forward, you're still somewhat quick.
Oh, yellow is. Oh, whoops.
Yeah, yellow is the slowest. That's fine. Yeah, one thing that's interesting is that doesn't apply on land parts. So it's actually like when you're holding forward on land, you don't go at top speed. It's actually slower. So that might be why you choose green. I don't know exactly, but
yeah.
Green is best handling. Okay, I got it.
Hardest shot in the game for real.
And yellow is slowest and mid handling.
So that was Rico 7. That was for real the hardest shot in the game.
Rico 7 is shockingly easy.
It's like
anyone with the right instructions, someone who's never played this game before, could do what Dutchj just did.
Oh yeah. Green is best handling. See, that's what I thought. Green is best. Thank you, Dutch.
Wait, no, green is best handling, but yellow is... You said green is slowest. Green is not slowest. Yellow is slowest.
They messed up the step. They made it confusing. I blame Nintendo. My fault. There.
Yellow is definitely slowest because I accidentally got on yellow yesterday and I wanted to die. So yellow is definitely slowest. I can assure you with utmost confidence.
Also, for whoever was wondering, oh yeah, also make sure to follow the runners and the commentators, but don't do exclamation point C with the commentators because the Twitch ones are wrong.
My Twitch handle is Hear Me Furore as opposed to just Furore.
Yeah.
So. And
then mine's Rocks _, opposed to Rocks. Because Twitch is annoying sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell them I said that. Alright,
right now we're doing Bianca 6, the
Bianca 6, my least favorite level in the run.
Interesting. I don't do hard strats though, so I don't find this one very daunting.
I don't do hard strats either.
Pretty safe.
I'm just like,
this is what I don't do. Is that was a momentum spin jump.
Yep, that's what I was talking about earlier with the dive roll slope thing.
The block was sloped, so Dutchj was able to dive, roll out, and then immediately spin jump and keep the momentum so that he goes far enough to get to the other side. It's a very quick series of inputs that is not as easy as you would think.
Yep, I hate the slope. It's like, it's an auto scroller with cycles mixed with green is slowest and best handling.
Yeah, I do not believe you that green is. I think you're wrong.
I agree with Dutchj because he agrees with me.
Because I got on yellow yesterday and he was
holding up?
So slow. Yes, I'm a speedrunner. He was so slow, and the reason I'm saying, I was doing Rico 2, and when you're on the land, he's so much slower than green. It's ridiculous. When you're, you know how you jump on the I don't know.
I don't land speed strats might be slower than water speed strats. It's natural habit is the water.
Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, I hate Bianca 6. Oh yeah, that's Bianca 7. By the way.
Yeah. Shadow Mario, spray him, he's down. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I hate Bianca 6 because it's an auto scroller and it's cycle based.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard.
Yeah, and it's hard to do good strats. Yeah,
so, like,
for sure.
It's also hard to do easy strats because cycles. And like, I don't know about you, but my GameCube controller is the worst with spin jumps. Like, I've like tried it on other GameCube controllers, like at friend's house. It works fine. I can do spin puts just fine, but I can GameCube controller. No, it just doesn't work.
Get a new controller, dude.
It's not as easy as it seems. I mean, yeah, it is, but like
it is.
It's true.
Like I get I 100% get you. I'm lazy.
Yeah, it means I feel like
all right,
money.
Guys, this is my favorite level in the game.
Serena 1.
Phanta Manta. All right, I'm just okay. Everybody, listen to me. This boss's official name is Phanta Manta. That's Phanta Manta, because he's a Phantom Manta. If you didn't know that, now you know it. Phanta Manta.
I really didn't know that for some reason.
I know it. It's amazing. It's the best name I can possibly imagine.
It's a pun. Yeah.
Yes, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like I don't like most puns, but Phanta Manta is a wonderful name.
Especially because it's Nintendo.
Yeah. Especially in the same game where they named Ely Mouth.
Yes. So basically, if anyone's ever done a bingo of this game, you can always tell when the other person is on Serena 1.
Or 6.
Or 6.
Yeah, but 1 comes first, so yeah, for sure. You gotta mute the mic if you're going here first.
Yep.
This is a whole ton of spam spraying.
Yes.
There's a setup, so you're trying to get all the mantas. You're trying to get the bigger ones first because once they're tiny, they all come towards you, which makes it significantly easier for you to spray them all. And all you're trying to do is spray them all, which makes them evaporate. Yeah. Legit.
And
so particular about my Phanta Manta colors.
Sea pancake? People call them different things. Ocean flapjack.
Phantom Anthem.
Yeah.
Learn it, live it, love it. This game is, or this split is like actually hard.
It is. It's actually very. It seems. It looks easy because you're just.
Yeah, you're just going. It's a toll on your wrist. And it's somewhat. It feels random because of the way that you can't really control exactly where they are when you spray them. So there's a random element to it as well, and it's not easy. But I love it. And his name is Phantom Anthem, so.
Alright, so. I would not say that's my favorite shot in the game. I'm sorry.
I know. No, I get it. A lot of people.
It's
like everyone.
It's fun.
I don't
It's
think
a
anyone.
fun shine.
Yeah, it's fun. I think, and I'm terrible at it. That's the thing is, usually if I'm bad at it, I hate it. But I just think it's so fun. I don't know why. Even though it hurts my wrist and I never do well.
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite would be.
I also love Serena 6 though, so I guess I just love spam spraying.
I don't know. For some reason, I really like Noki 3.
Skalto's PB is a 129.59 according to the official leaderboard.
Got the...
So the lowest 129, in fact.
Yep.
But sub 130 for sure. Here's some movement.
Ooh, he hits the bonk. He hits the boo, not the bonk, and he hits it again.
I've heard people refer to these boos as RNG, and I can't tell if it's a bit or not. Can you confirm or deny if that's RNG?
I don't think so. We'll just have to wait for Dutchj to answer it.
Yeah. Dutchj's our co-commentator in chat.
Yes.
Who's also racing.
Yes. I don't know.
Ooh! That's a death.
Ooh, that is a death. I was watching
He intended to jump and he just kind of slid off the block, sadly. So.
Surrender 2 is probably my favorite secret. Like, I'm terrible.
Yeah, really.
It's just a really fun secret.
I get you. I don't agree, but I definitely understand it. It is fun, for sure. And, like, it's fun to come up with different movements, too. You don't necessarily have to do the pro strats to be, like, super fast. Like, you can still be pretty fast by just, like, getting used to what you know how to do, essentially. Yep. It's neat. You got falling sand blocks, you got watermelons everywhere.
Also
boos are RNG. Their height is RNG. Okay, so the boos are indeed RNG.
Also,
there's another use of a momentum spin jump.
Yep.
Once again, it's incredibly impressive.
You're still winning, Dutchj. Just
you got the spin jump. That's good.
Don't get 75 extra cycles on King Bear, and you're good.
Right now we got Serena 3 coming up.
Serena 3.
Many refer to it as Banana Split. I call it Yoshi Skip 2.
I call it Hotel Skip because it's skipped the entire hotel.
You need Yoshi to get into the right room from the attic, and you're skipping Yoshi. So this is Yoshi Skip 2.
I also call it Pineapple Skip.
Yeah, people say that, which I don't like because I get that like you're using the pineapple, or yeah, you're skipping the pineapple. I mean, I guess that's the same as skipping Yoshi. Yeah. So it's the same level as Yoshi Skip 2, but Yoshi Skip 2 is hilarious. It's pretty simple. You grab the banana, you here, which can be a little difficult, but once you've done it a few times, you get used to it. And then you clip through the wall. You backflip, you push up on the control stick, and you clip through the wall, and it's
very easy.
Yeah, it's a simple trick. Sometimes it like you can fail it and feel really bad about it, but for the most part, it's a very simple trick. And if you do fail it, you just try again. It's very low risk, low difficulty, high time save. Yeah, my cat doesn't ever shut up. Sorry.
Okay, so this is Serena 4.
Yes. Casino Delfino.
Also, this is actually another one of my favorite signs for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I really like Serena 4. I like the movement.
Yeah, it's cool.
I also love Casino Skip because I hate the casino.
Yeah, it's exciting. I actually read online about it when I played this game as a kid, and so I actually skipped the casino as a kid before I even knew what speedrunning was.
Nice.
But normally you would have to get the roulettes to show 777s on either side of the room and then do this very obnoxious flipping puzzle with all the question mark squares. Or you can just, go make your height higher than the top of that ledge and then just sidestep in there, and you're good to go. It's a pretty straightforward secret, but oh, sorry, I keep being genuinely shocked. Yeah, exactly. Like,
yeah, same. I'm also
stuff
shocked.
can happen. You can drop your A input when you're trying to jump dive, for instance, as what looked like happened right there. And it's very cycle based, but speedrunners just kind of like supersede that.
Yeah, it's
you just go. The very simple jump and the one-up grab. I like it.
So this is another one of those momentum spin jumps.
Yeah.
Oh!
There he goes again.
I'm not sure what happened there. I don't think he just like, got far enough in the block.
Yeah, I guess either he didn't have enough momentum. I don't think that's the thing. I think, yeah, he just wasn't far enough forward.
That's interesting.
So we're looking at our third try. Serena 4. Yeah, rough Serena and rough secrets.
Secrets, yeah.
Yeah.
Bianca 3.
At least he's getting the one-ups, though. Alright, getting our momentum.
And
there we go. It's a straightforward secret, but it can get you, especially if you're doing the difficult stuff.
Alright, so next shine is my least
favorite.
Boo!
Is it really?
Yes.
I actually don't have that because for some reason I get no extra cycles 95% of the time. I'm extremely fortunate.
I've lost so many runs to this early cycles. I don't know. I just have terrible RNG.
Okay,
like,
so the way the King Boo works is you. Oh yeah, I heard you commentating this yesterday. You King Boo. The least amount of cycles that he can have is 5. You can have a fruit cycle, and then an extra cycle, and then a fruit cycle, and then an extra cycle, and then a fruit cycle.
Yeah.
That is the best RNG that you could possibly get. Anytime in between those cycles, an extra cycle can happen, where it's just not a fruit cycle when you want it to be, and it's random. It's incredibly random, and it. I think technically could go on forever, but I assume that it gets significantly less likely for each one that happens. So it's like winning the lottery to get your 10th extra cycle or whatever.
Apparently,
yeah, I know. I started explaining that.
Oh, Skalto.
Yeah, we call them extra cycles because they're extra beyond the speedruns. So
yeah,
it's more fruit cycle, not fruit cycle, not fruit cycle, fruit cycle. So
yep. So let's see how many.
And if you get an extra cycle, you can cancel it immediately. It goes down and then he comes back up, and then you have to spray him, and then he licks the thing, and it's just it takes a lot of time for each extra cycle. So Dutchj did get an extra cycle, or that was fruit cycle, non-required, right? So right now he's at 0.
Yes, right now he's still at 0.
Still at 0 on our second fruit cycle. He's getting good RNG. There's also RNG in where the fruit come out, which affects it. Also, this level is very RNG based, and it's surprising. It's surprisingly rough.
It's it's annoying.
Absolutely, Kamenar. Anything can happen.
He can skip all of Noki.
Wrong warp. You get the deal. I think it's like it might be a bit with
there we go.
Perfect RNG is 30%. Okay, I am incredibly fortunate then because I get it way more than a third of the time. And I'd never heard that statistic, so that is interesting. Perfect RNG in this level is about a 30%.
I think I've gotten perfect RNG twice ever. I average like 2 to 3 extra cycles.
I absolutely get it most of the time. I think that the bit is that this is a casino, and that's what luck is.
Yes.
So I think the game makers were like, let's make the very luck-based level the casino level. It makes sense. You're on the roulette wheel, and everything's luck. But it's not as cheeky unless you're a speedrunner and you're acknowledging that. Like a casual player doesn't often go, "Oh, this is luck-based," you know.
So next up is what's after 5? Serena 6, yeah. More counting.
6 does come after 5.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite levels because this
spam spray
been somewhat good at.
Yeah. Also note about Japanese version. There's invisible ink, and you have to get all of it, and it's annoying.
Yeah, essentially the hitbox for the ink spans beyond the visual of the ink. or paint goop. So you really have to be thorough in your spam spraying in this level. On NTSCU, it's a smaller amount of goop that you have to clean off, probably because it might have been determined too difficult after this game came out. But on JP...
This is probably my favorite, one of my favorite ILs, with up there with Piana.
Yeah, because in-game timers are fun. And yeah, you have to get very close to every last bit of the paint.
Only two people have IL'd this. Only 2 people have IL'd this on the leader. Wow, that's...
Yeah, people don't submit ILs to the leaderboards as you would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to clean more of
the world record's 30 seconds, so... Which is like getting a 2:30 on the clock. That's actually kind of insane.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've gotten a 2:29 before, so that's the only level I'm good at in the least bit.
Yeah.
And that was well done, I would say. It was very thorough. There wasn't a point at the end where, oh, what am I missing now? And you have to go out through the level and start spraying random stuff in hopes that it gets cleaned off. It was good.
So this is the most surprising level in the game. Like, you go through...
Yeah.
And the 7th level is always Shadow Mario, but here, it's Shadow Mario again. It's so surprising. I know. I'm like...
Except you have to enter. You have to go all the way into the hotel to find...
I don't know. You're like, wow, is this not Shadow Mario?
the difficulty in the Shadow Mario
read the title of the episode,
it's supposed to be increased casually by... There are boos hanging out around the hotel pretending to be Shadow Mario, so you don't
remember as a kid, I was terrible.
Yeah, but... as a speedrun, you just get them right there, and you just keep on keeping on. Skalto's going in RNG land. So...
Yep.
We'll see how he does.
Alright, actually, I need Michael, because people started blasting music outside my room. That's annoying. That's life here. Cool.
I gotcha. Dutchj is entering Noki. Noki's hard.
Noki is the hardest level in the entire game. The hardest world.
Yeah. That's, you know, very matter of opinion, of course, but Noki can be pretty hard, and it doesn't...
Yeah.
You get a lot more seasoned at other runs if you're a speedrunner that ever resets, or at other worlds. If you're a speedrunner that ever resets, you're most likely resetting before you get this far, so it's also the least... you know, practiced unless you go out of your way to practice Noki really hard.
So this is Noki 1. This is
high-level players do.
This is one of my favorite levels too. Because the movement is so fun. Like,
yeah, it is. It is, and it feels really good to get good movement on this level. Is what it is. When you achieve it, you're like, ah, I did it.
Yeah. So. Pretty straightforward level.
Yeah, you just jump up there as quickly as possible, more intensive movement, and then it's just like, it's the mole that you would have had to fight in Pinna 2 if you fought him. He throws bombs at you, you spray him, you throw it at him. It's quicker if you let him throw 2 bombs and then start throwing the other one as he throws the 3rd one. That's just the strat there, but it's pretty simple.
Alright, so now Noki 2. Another one of those straightforward levels because
this one is entirely separate from the casual way of doing it.
It's
normally you would go over to that side of the map and use the runes in the wall to climb up, and then you would have to fight a blooper for a 3rd time.
Blooper, and then
it takes a while.
Hates it, but there's this thing in this game. It's called a spring. This is like the one level that it's in, and it's this thing, and so you just run against this wall, put it down, hit B, so you die, and then there's a
when you spray the spring, it gets smaller, and when you set it down, it gets larger. So
you may have missed it, but Dutch did a strat, really just
when you're setting down the spring, it's getting larger, and so it needs to push Mario outside of where it's expanding. And so if you're behind it in that corner there, it'll push you through the corner. And you can just go into this room where the shine is, instead of doing all the roundabout stuff.
Yep, it's surprisingly difficult to get the right angle. At least for me.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just terrible at this game. So
No, you're good. It's difficult to like. You have to do a jump dive as soon as you click through to have a quick one instead of hovering over there, which is the slower strat that I do.
So this is Noki 3.
Mm-hmm.
Easiest level in the game for me. Because I don't know. This is the one level I'm like consistently good at.
I wish I could say that. I missed that coin on the top.
Yeah,
that stupid water chute.
I have some struggles with that. Not. I can
And
see it. It used to give me problems. Like after that one, I always accidentally went that water chute.
As per most of the red coins, this level's pretty straightforward. You're just collecting the coins and doing it the best you can.
Yeah. That's the column. I call that the column before the storm, part 1. Because next up is Noki 4.
Yeah.
AKA the eel.
This is Eely Mouth.
Yes.
Eely Mouth is surprisingly intricate.
Yep.
And the fact that it's a boss, it's an underwater boss, the idea. So, like, you're taking underwater movement into account, and you gotta make the best of it while doing your strats. The best that you can do, as far as I know, is 6-tooth eel. Dutchj, I assume, is hoping to get 6 teeth before he starts to spin and eat you.
And then he's gonna want to get a cutscene, which skips a cutscene at the end of the thing, and you get that by taking damage while you get the last tooth.
Yeah, it's essentially while the cutscene would start during if you're in the middle of your invincibility frames that Mario has while you're taking damage, then you do not enter the cutscene. You are still able to move throughout the cutscene.
I remember that. I think it's Japanese actually, where it's super hard to get it because the
invincibility frames are shorter. Yeah,
on Japanese I think it is.
Yeah. So you damage boost by hitting the. It's that the invincibility frames from the.
Like on
from taking damage underwater from not having air.
Like NTSC and PAL.
6-tooth looks good.
Does he get out? Yeah, he gets out. But NTSC and PAL, the invisibility frames are larger, so you can like, if you get lucky, you can just use the water invincibility frames.
See, as you saw there, Dutchj hit the tooth with Mario right before he finished spraying it off, and that gave him the damage that he needed. And the reason it helps is because if you don't skip this cutscene, then the cutscene plays, and then Mario is high up above the eel, and you have to fall down to get the shine right here.
What Dutch is saying about the air damage, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah. And I did say that.
Yes.
But the air damage is shorter, so you want to use tooth damage, which is just Mario damage. It's just getting hurt as opposed to life damage. But yeah, you skip the cutscene, you can move down there during the cutscene, and it skips like 20 to 30 seconds of just falling.
Yep, okay, so next
is another auto-scroller.
Is Calm Before the Storm Part 2.
Yep, yeah, Noki is a real roller coaster.
Yep, and then so basically what you do is you go up, and then you type Piantissimo, and then what you do is get to that flag over there, and then you're done.
Yep.
Also,
you want to touch the flag before he does. It's like 30 seconds that you have. Most runners can get there in half that.
Yep.
It's simple. That's just taking a.
He's taking the scenic route. He's taking the scenic route.
Yeah. Oh, he's making me nervous.
Yep. Shout out to B-Boy Speedman.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. I'm not really sure how long it takes or
it's like 34 seconds or something, 32.
Oh, it's right. That was debatably close.
34, 35.
Yeah. Who's ahead? Dutchj is winning right now by a decent amount.
Yeah.
By about 5 shines. Alright, so the reason that's a Calm Before the Storm Part 1, Part 2 I mean, is because one is after one is after Part 1. And 2.
Thank you.
next is like the second hardest secret for me. And also, like,
a lot of people call this the hardest secret in the game. And
Because-
it is the last one. It's very close to the end of the run, so when it does kill, it hits hard.
Yeah, and you're on PP pace, it's rough.
It's easy to choke when you're this close to the end, and
Yeah.
like, even if it's not necessarily the hardest one, when it does hit, it hurts so much more, because if you've made it this far, then you're excited.
Yeah.
As opposed to losing a run in the middle where a home stretch, so.
So...
Superb rope movement there, that was impressive. Ropes are difficult in this game, so that was cool.
So, there's 2 cycles that are good. One's really good, and the other one's just kind of good. You're going for green cycle, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he gets it.
Yep. That's a
So you're trying to get up fast enough so that you can get onto that side of this moving block at that part, and green is very good. Wow.
And that was a very good Nookie 6. Right
Yeah, overall, very wow.
That
That was about perfect. That's good stuff.
So next up,
that was incredibly impressive. Like,
that was very good.
I'm assuming that didn't look easy to anyone, but if it that is
it's because it's not easy.
Quite a feat.
Yeah. So next up is Calm Before the Storm Part 3, like I like to call it, because it's like a Mario level, believe it or not. I know, it's surprising.
I think this is one of the easier Shadow Marios in the game.
Yeah, and
but that's if you're doing
raises,
I guess,
it actually raises the most confusing question in this game, which is if Shadow Mario is killed by water, why, when it jumps in the water, is it not dead immediately?
He didn't get the quick kill. Didn't get the semi-quick kill.
He's going on Shadow Mario's World Tour Part 7, or how many worlds there are in this game.
If you just hold your spray right here, he'll almost always fall if you've gotten him to this point. So loses 10 seconds. Not a giant deal, especially in this race at this point.
Yeah. So that's.
I mean, it is a big deal if you're on PB pace and that happens.
So that's the Calm Before the Storm part. What'd I say? 3.
3.
Next up is the last level of the game, Corona. I don't know what it. He might go for fast Corona.
Oh yeah.
Which is a thing. It's where you go fast, but it's also really hard.
As per many levels.
I'm gonna say he goes for it, just because he can. Without any...
Yeah, he doesn't have a whole lot of repercussions if he fails.
He's not
he has 2 lives, so he might be watching his lives pretty closely, but you get 1-ups very quickly in this level, so it's not...
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal, unless he, like, fails twice immediately here.
You're gonna have to tell me if he's doing that, because I don't actually know what fast strat looks like.
He is.
This seems fast. Okay, yeah, this looks right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that.
Oh, that wasn't.
Interesting. Yeah, not intended. You don't do a backflip there. Now he's off the cycle, so he has to wait. That's fine, though.
Yesterday, someone did Yamada strats. That was interesting.
There's a speedboat.
Yeah.
If you just learn the position where you have to skate non-stop, you can just go forward. And it's pretty easy. You want to be in the middle of the boat because it can just kick you out at a certain point if you're in the back. And this is rocket storage.
Basically, you store the rocket and then you go high.
Yep. It's a very easy trick. And exciting because you don't have to deal with the clouds.
Alright, so, now...
It's like Skalto187 struggling with eel a little bit.
This is... The goop spray is RNG, kind of,
They really did, Dutchj.
and so... I think the goop is RNG, like what I was saying. Ask Average Trey in his 2:58.120 run.
Oh yeah.
Where he almost lost a run to this. Well, he could have lost a run to this if he got bad RNG. And so the goop can hit you, and that loses time because...
Yeah, every time you hit the hot tub, it disrupts it, and all this goop starts flying out everywhere.
And it's like kind of RNG.
Yeah, I don't see runners, like, I often see runners getting hit by the goop as though there's not necessarily...
Like that, right there.
Not necessarily a failsafe for where the hitbox is and stuff like that, so...
Exactly, like... Yeah, so...
There he goes again. But...
This is called bad RNG, and... Dutchj finished at the time of 1:19:14.1.
0.1. Yeah, you got your...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6
secrets.
6 deaths and secrets, yeah. died in half the secrets in the run. That's rough. Here, I'm gonna see.
We have our winner of this bracket, or of this section of the bracket. Dutchj versus Skalto. Dutchj takes it.
Dutch, do you want to come in for an interview?
Ooh.
Because we have time.
We do.
As we wait for Skalto to finish. No.
Do we not wait for him to finish first? Oh, okay. Let's do it. If we're supposed to do it right now, I'm down.
Yep.
Pull him in here. Wait, I'll try to pull him in here.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Hello, people of Earth.
Hello, Dutchj.
Dutchj. So, yeah, secrets.
Secrets, yeah, they happened.
Yeah, What went wrong? Like,
Dude, I don't even know.
Did you feel it was nerves or just dropping inputs or? I'm assuming it wasn't nerves. I don't think you necessarily, not to be rude.
It was
you necessarily had a reason to be nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so the run was actually quite good up until like in a 4.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I was pretty happy with it. But yeah, then I messed up in pin of 3, which is a really hard level. So I was like, okay, whatever. And pin of 4 was really weird. I got attacked by one of the turtles in a way that I had never had happen before. So
yeah,
that kind of had me scratching my head.
Right.
Yes.
But I was like, okay, this is fine. And then pin of 6 happened. Oh my lord, I don't even know. It like. I don't want to sound like I'm making up excuses here, but my hands were a little cold, and I think that was messing with me or something on that level.
Yeah, that'll do something for sure. That'll hurt.
Because I wasn't doing the right stuff.
The idea that someone can have 6 deaths and still get a 119 is kind of like, I'm impressed, nonetheless.
Yeah, I can't get like 119 with negative deaths. Like,
right, that's still skill for sure. So
yes,
good job. Top 10.
Thanks. I'm actually Skalto has been playing pretty darn well.
Oh yeah,
we don't have a timer anymore, which is kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But I have the race room. We're at 122.23 on the timer right now. He's on PB pace.
Is he? Oh, that's really exciting. That'd be so cool.
Noki 6 and Noki 7 together should take about 2.5 minutes, and then like 3 more minutes for Corona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he is definitely on PB pace.
Oof, that's rough.
Yikes.
You don't have the race room up, but you'll see what happens. So yeah, actually interesting thing, both races I commentated, both of the runners or multiple runners are on PB pace throughout the entire thing.
I hope many people PB during this tournament.
Yeah, I hope so, because like especially some like new runners in this game, like see tournament and like, you know, that's the cool thing. I should join it. I have the game, never ran it before. But I might want to get into it. See a tournament, they get into it, and then bam, they become the next best run of the game.
Yeah.
That can happen, right?
Sure.
I mean everyone gets started somewhere, right?
Exactly, for sure.
I mean, I definitely wasn't getting a 119 when I just started. That's for sure.
With 6 deaths, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying people with 119s like impressive, but you had a 119 with 6 deaths. I mean, that means you're going quick, dude. That's cool.
What is the difference between PB pace and world record pace? All right, so PB stands for personal best. So Skalto's personal best is a 129.22?
59.
Oh, 59.
On the leaderboards, it says 59.
Yeah. On the dot.
Yep.
Yeah,
Nice.
exactly. Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
If he gets a time under that, then he is gonna get a PB. So he can still do that. That's why we say he's on PB pace.
Yes.
So world record is overall game improvement, and PB pace is individual player improvement.
Yep. Alright, so, and I just checked, that run you just did would, if you just did that run, if that was your PB, Dutch, you'd be tied with Fetch.
Feck!
Feck.
Everyone loves Feck.
52nd place. which is still insane. Like, there's over
119.14 is 52nd place now.
yes.
Jeez Louise.
There's
No hope for me.
817 people on the leaderboard, and that's top 5%.
Skalto taking a page out of my book here on that Shadow Mario.
Dutchj, you actually have a big role in like overseeing this tournament. How is that going?
It's going okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a bunch of people like ask me questions that I don't know the answers to because
Right.
you know when it comes to like running the stream and stuff, like
Yeah,
I'm
it comes
not
through
really
speed
involved
gaming,
in that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
speed gaming folks.
I got you.
So
I remember.
I feel kind of bad. It's just like, oh, I don't know. You gotta ask them.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people asking questions that have been answered quite a few times. It's
Yeah, I'm trying to like get some information together so we can just put it all in a big announcement.
yeah.
Kind of resolve
Alright.
some of the confusion.
Just by the way, for people wondering in the chat, if you do !C, the links are wrong. The first link is wrong. Yeah. My link is right, but don't follow me, please. I'm not a good streamer.
Do follow me if you would like.
Yes,
I
follow
try to be.
Furore at here. I'll put it in.
So wait, are both of your links wrong on the commentator?
No, mine's
thing?
right.
No, just
Mine's
me.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's Twitch is annoying and doesn't let me do 3 letters.
Xenka Roshi, this race is almost over, but there's actually going to be another race on this channel in 20 minutes.
Right after, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's exciting. I was thinking 3 p.m.
That's gonna be. Who is that? Here, I can check.
That is it's Sway SD versus. Let's see.
It's Sway SD versus Mevius O. Yeah. And that's going to be. That's going to be a race. Because all of these are races, because it's a tournament, believe it or not.
Alright, let's see how Skalto's doing here.
Yeah.
He is on...
Alright, there we go, Feasel. Thank you, Feasel, for fixing the link.
He got...
Skalto on 128 pace.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, don't choke.
Come
You
on,
got
Feasel.
this, dude.
I'm Skalto.
I'm like pretty far behind on the stream as well, so maybe even high 127.
Thank you
I
for
don't know.
fixing the link, Feasel. I appreciate it.
Alright, so...
You guys are gonna have to give me the deets. How's he doing on Bowser?
The
Right
goop
now
is
he gets
spooking
first
me.
hit just fine. Oh, he falls to the hot tub.
He
Fine.
he fell into the water, but he's good. He's doing the second hit now.
Second hit.
I got hit by the
Just
water
fell.
twice during my
Yeah, you
run.
did. You did. We saw
Yeah.
that.
Imagine if
Goop
that
is
happened
fun.
to Trey on his
Okay. He's doing the third
self-three.
one. We got the head scoop, so. Ooh.
Oh, we got again. Oh, he's in
He'll be
trouble
okay.
now.
He can get up
He's
there.
in
He can get
trouble.
up there. Okay. He got hit by
Yep.
by some goop, but he's all right. He's on
Alright,
on number
fourth hit.
4.
And he gets it.
He got it.
Yep.
And come on. No.
Oh, no! He fell!
Fourth hit after the hit, he got hit.
Wow.
What's
That
this time
sucks. Poor-
Saddest anime deaths.
now? Top 10 saddest anime.
Top 10 saddest anime, that's for sure. There he
Yeah.
goes.
Oh, that's like one of the worst ways to die
Yeah.
there. But he's still PB.
Still PB case.
Is it really?
He has finished with a 128.27.
Nice. GG.
Oh, good.
So yeah.
And now he has Bowser time save, which is always nice.
Make sure you follow the runners. But
For sure, yeah.
Chat.
Give these SMS runners some love.
Yep. So let's PB for Skalto.
Good job, Skalto.
Yep. So I'm
Ask
2 for
if he
2.
wants
did
to hop in
good.
voice.
Commentating PBs. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Skalto's gonna come in voice.
Good.
Yep.
Hello.
Skalto.
Hello. Hello,
Hey.
guys.
How you feeling?
Congrats on the PB.
I feel pretty good, and that actually wasn't a PB.
Wait, it wasn't?
I was worried about it. Your leaderboard time isn't correct.
It's because about like 3 months ago I got a 128.05, but I never submitted it, and I couldn't find it for the for like the reseed, like the seating, but I hadn't beaten that PB since then, so I didn't really like worry about it.
I gotcha.
Well, you
Yeah.
can submit this one.
I
This
can't.
is we're calling this a PB.
Nah, I'm down for that.
Okay, because I just want to be 2 for 2. Every race I've commentated, the underdog has gotten a PB. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty good. Like I played pretty poorly. I made a lot of big mistakes, but I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
It was a solid run.
You're on PB pace until Bowser. I mean,
Yeah.
you
For
can't
sure.
say you played that bad.
Yeah, you were on real PB pace.
And they got
I was
unlucky Belter.
I was actually red the entire run. After Bianco 4, I was red the entire time.
Dang.
I just like every time I kept getting really close to pulling ahead, I would just like mess something up, like Piana 3.
It
I
happens.
it was EYG. Even though I saved time on 5YG, I still was behind. Even though I like died on the over the top and just went for the slow strat, I still saved like 20 seconds because my PB had like a terrible 5YG. So I'm getting really close to actually breaking 128. It's just
Yeah.
a little bit more practice.
You're making good progress.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see, who's your next opponent gonna be? Oh, I guess we don't know yet, huh?
It would be whoever loses in
Yeah, it's either gonna be Blood Whale or Boston.
I think it'd be pretty cool to race Bloodwell.
They race soon. Hold on. I think they already signed up for a race. When?
Bloodwell's I used to watch him a lot, so it'd be pretty cool to race him.
Blood Whale and Baston, they play a week from today. So
Okay. So that's gonna take a bit, but yeah, Boston, his PB is a 124, so I don't know. Yeah, I think you have a shot at beating him.
close. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be doing a lot of practice this week.
for sure.
Let's
I,
go.
I kind of accepted that I wasn't gonna beat Dutch, but I wanted to at least beat myself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it
that's good.
helps.
I was more nervous about myself than I was Dutch. I had closed out everything. I only focused on myself, and then I played pretty well overall.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
I think I got 4 goals that run. The Serena 6 was actually a goal about like 12 seconds.
Nice.
My best before that was like 203, and I got like a 211, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So that was probably the highlight of that run for me.
Nice. That's
Good, good.
yeah. Any gold is awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Showing that much improvement is good to see.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun.
Well, it was
That's
fun
the
to
most
commentate.
important thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all this tournament is about.
And it was.
Making sure everyone has a grand old time.
Yep.
So yeah, in like 15 minutes, we're gonna have Mevius versus
Sevi SD.
Sway
Sway
SD.
Yep.
That is
I
gonna
think
be
that's
pretty cool.
commentated by Video Game Master 22, maybe there's
yeah,
another-
and by
Zane 64, yeah. So that's gonna be cool. Look out for that. Thank you for watching Follow the Runners, and stay tuned for more SMS action.
definitely.
It's a
Yeah.
hard sign off.
We just leave now.
Yeah, you would have to leave. We're still on stream.
Yes.
Well,
So,
then
yeah.
I'm gonna keep talking.
Well,
This
thank
is
you
my
guys.
platform.
Thank you guys for the restream, and thank you for the race Dutch. Thank you for abiding to Sunday. I work 6 days a week, and it was the only day I could do it.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Appreciate it. So, yeah,
Alright,
looking forward to the
have a good
tournament.
one,
It's
guys.
fun to watch.
Win it, Dutch.
GG.
I'll try.
Take care.
Good luck to both of you in the tournament.
Thank you.